Hi guys, this is Alex, Senior Product Manager here at Cody, and I'm really excited to do a live demonstration of the Bridge 2.0. I know it is highly anticipated and we put our hearts and mind into it, so let's jump in and I'm going to show you what we have for you. So I'm already logged in into my Viper account and I'm going to click the Bridge tab. And to those of you who are already familiar with the bridge, you can immediately see that there's a major change in the screen. And in terms of functionality, we added a new feature which is called Bridge Monitor. And what this feature can offer you as a user is basically the entire historical record of all of the swaps that you performed using your Viper wallet. So we can see here that I have performed a few swaps from the Trust Chain to ERC20. I swapped Cody's native token to ERC20 token. And we have the addresses, which basically the deposit address, right? The deposit bridge address that was used for this swap. The transfer address on the ERC20 network. The TX hash on the Trust chain, and the Ethereum TX hash. So basically you have a superset of the information that is required in order to monitor your swaps from the source chain to the destination chain. In addition, we offer a status per each chain involved in the swap. And also you have the swap status that indicates you the entire status of the current swap. And in this case, of course, you can see that this swap was completed. Here we have the amounts, right? So I sent 100 Cody, and on the receiving end, I got 93.9666 Cody. And the fee that was paid for this swap and how much time has elapsed since I initiated this swap. So let's jump in and create a new swap. So in order to do that, I will click the Generate Swap button. And let's say I wish to make a swap from Trust Chain to ERC20. I can see that the source address that I'm going to use for this swap, this wallet, I only have one address, so you can see my balance. I'm going to input the receiving address on the Ethereum side. And I'm going to state the amount I wish to swap. So let's say we want to swap 100 Cody tokens. And here I have an indication of my daily individual cap, basically the total amount that I can transfer currently during this business day. So I click the Get Address button, and I get a swap preview, basically the asset I wish to send, the direction from Trust Chain to ERC20, the amount, total fees that will be charged. Of course, this is a development environment, so it's not accurate, so don't be scared. And the estimate received amount on the ERC20 side. The deposit address, I'm able to scan the QR code in order to get that. And let's click swap. So we click swap and we basically have a confirmation alongside with useful information that you can copy and store, which is no longer required, but it's nice to have because you will be able to see the entire historical record of your swaps in the bridge main screen. So here's my swap. It was just created, right? I made a Trust Chain to ERC20 swap. And I can see the deposit address, the transfer address. I can see that I already have a transaction hash on the Trust Chain side. And currently, this swap is pending confirmation from the Trust Chain. So here now we received our confirmation, right? And currently, the status of the swap itself is being processed. And now we can actually see that we already executing the swap on the ERC20 side. All right, so while we are waiting for the confirmation to happen on the ERC20 side, let me just generate another swap. And this time we are going to swap from ERC20 to our Trust Chain wallet. So I've selected the From2 network. I'm going to state my Trust Chain address. I'm going to say, let's say I want to swap 100 tokens. I'm going to click Get Address, and I have the preview as I previously explained to you. And now I have the deposit address, right? So I'm going to click the deposit address. I'm going to open my MetaMask wallet, and I'm going to select an asset. Let's say we want to send Kati ERC20 testnet tokens. So I click send, state the deposit address, and I want to swap 100 tokens. All right, so let's confirm. And currently the transaction is pending. So while it's pending, I want to move back to the monitor. And let's see what happens. So meanwhile, well, you can see that the system just picked up the transaction. We have a transaction monitor, swap monitor on the ERC20 side. We just picked up this swap that I just created in my MetaMask, and we can see that our previous swap that we initiated from the trust chain to ERC20 is already confirmed, it's completed, and it was 6 minutes ago. All right, so now I just got the confirmation from the MetaMask that on the ERC20 side, the transfer was confirmed, and now we will wait for the confirmation on the trust chain side. So meanwhile, we are waiting for this transaction to be picked up on the trust chain side. Let me share the new and improved user interface in Kati Bridge 2.0 web version. So to those of you who are familiar with the old user interface, you probably will not recognize this new one. We significantly improved it in terms of user experience. We made adjustments to make it look and speak the same design language as our Explorer 2.0. And one of the most important features that I want to show you here is the monitor. So in this case, right, we enabled you to look up all of the swaps that occur between all of the supported chains that we that are now supported by the bridge, right? And if I just enter and transaction hash or deposit address, it doesn't matter if it's on the trust chain or on the ERC20 side, on any other chains that we will support in the future. I'm just going to paste an address, and I'm going to receive a complete history of the swaps that are related to this address that I'm looking for. In addition, you will be able to see how many swaps were carried by the bridge during the last 24 hours. The inbound queue, the outbound queue, basically the volume in USD that the bridge processed, and the fees the bridge collected for doing all of those swaps. So let's jump back into our Viper wallet and see what's happening there. And here we go. You can see the magic happened, and my ERC20 to CMD swap is now completed. Additional thing that I want to add here is if I'll generate multiple swaps, the system is actually performing really well, and I cannot ask for a refund. But in a scenario that a lot of users are creating swaps, and there's obviously a queue that the bridge will use in order to process those swaps. So let's say your swap is in place number 10 in the queue. There will be an additional button available here that says refund. If you click it, as long as you're in the queue and your transfer was not processed, you can reverse it if you made it by mistake or the network is congested. You can always click the refund button and you will see the refund arrives in your activity screen. All right, guys, so this is what I have for you so far. So if you like this video, feel free to like it, comment. I always like reading your comments, the good ones, even the bad ones, and click the subscribe button. And the most important thing, stay Kati. Thank you.